Good morning, students. In previous videos, we had learnt about the endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi apparatus, and the lysosomes. Today, we'll see the mitochondria and plastids. Now, it is said that mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. Why the mitochondria is called powerhouse of the cell? Because it produces ATP. So each cell prepares little amount of ATP. Okay, if you see in the cell, each cell prepares little amount of ATP, and also all this energy helps to run our body. Okay, if you see, each cell will prepare little amount of ATP, and this will help to run our body. So the mitochondria, if you see, there are two layers. Okay, it is made up of two layers, that is inner membrane and the outer membrane. So if you see the inner membrane, it is folded, isn't it? The inner membrane is folded, so it is called cristae. And if you see the outer membrane, it is not folded. So, mitochondria is an organelle in which the biochemical processes of respiration and energy production occurs. In the mitochondria, respiration takes place as well as energy production takes place. So, this is called the powerhouse of the cell. Now, how many of you think that respiration is breathing oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide? If you say respiration is breathing oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide, it is wrong. Okay, breathing is taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide, whereas respiration is totally different. In respiration, what happens? So if you know, you take in the oxygen, and then what happens? This oxygen moves to the blood. Okay, oxygen will move to the blood, and the blood takes this oxygen to all the cells of the body, and this oxygen is used by the cell to produce ATP. So this is the respiration. You take in the oxygen, and then oxygen moves to the blood, and this blood takes this oxygen along with this to all parts of the body or cells of the body, and this oxygen is used by the cell to produce ATP. Now, where is this ATP produced? That is inside the mitochondria. So, this production of ATP using oxygen is called respiration. Okay, the production of ATP using oxygen is called respiration. So, respiration takes place in mitochondria. So therefore, the breathing is totally different than respiration. So what are the characteristics of mitochondria? So as I said, it is a double membrane. That is, they have two membrane, inner membrane and outer membrane. So the inner part being folded inwards to form layers. So as you observe, the inner membrane is folded. Therefore, it is called cristae. Inner membrane deeply folded, the outer membrane is porous. Porous is nothing but the pores are present where the substance can go in and out. Then finally, it is autonomous body as contains its own DNA and ribosomes. So if you see, DNA is present in the nucleus and ribosome is present in cytoplasm and endoplasmic reticulum. But here what happens? Mitochondria is a cell organelle which can produce DNA and ribosomes. Okay, mitochondria is the cell organelle where it can produce DNA and ribosomes by itself on their own. It will not depend on nucleus, whereas the other cell organelles, they depend on nucleus. What nucleus says, they follow, whereas mitochondria can produce its own DNA and ribosomes. Next we will move on to plastids. So plastids, they are present in the plant cells and they are double membrane bound cell. Okay, if you see, they too have the inner membrane and outer membrane found in plant cells. So if you see the diagram, you can see here, isn't it? So they are coin like structures. Now each coin is called as thylakoid. Each coin is called as thylakoid, and the stack of coin, totally this is called as grana. It is called as grana. Now if you see here inside the plastid, there will be a fluid. Okay, there is fluid present in this, and this fluid is called as stoma. This is stoma, aqueous fluid. Then two grana are connected. If you see here, light color green, you can see here, isn't it? So the two grana are connected to each other by a membrane. So that is called stroma lamella. You can see here lamella, isn't it? So that is the stroma lamella. So plastids, they are also called as kitchen of the cell. Okay, they are also called kitchen of the cell. Now what are the characteristics of plastids? Double membrane bound, since they have two membranes. It contains its own DNA and ribosomes. Even plastid contains its own DNA and ribosomes, even mitochondria. Hence it is autonomous self-duplicating body. In the sense, by themselves they can produce. Now what are the different types of plastids? There are three types of plastid, that is leucoplast, chromoplast and chloroplast. So leucoplast is colorless plastid. The function of the leucoplast is helps in storage. It helps to store the food. The second one is chromoplast. You have seen the flowers, isn't it? Very colorful. So because of this plastid, that is chromoplast, it is colored plastid, that is blue, red, yellow. Third one is chloroplast. It is green plastid. So photosynthesis will take place in here, chloroplast. Okay, the photosynthesis will take place in the chloroplast. Why? Because it has got green colored pigment called chlorophyll. Now what are the functions of plastids? So as I said, chloroplast, it performs photosynthesis, helps in the release of oxygen. Chromoplast, it imparts color to the flowers which help in pollination, and the leucoplast, it helps in storage. So there is a type of leucoplast, that is amyloplast, which stores starch. So these are the functions of the plastids. So you can see a different types of. So leucoplast have different types, that is amyloplast, elaioplast and proteinoplast. So there is no need to learn. If you learn these three plastids enough, that is chloroplast, chromoplast and the leucoplast. Remember, chloroplast is green colored, whereas chromoplast, it has blue, red, yellow, and the leucoplast, they are colorless plastids.